All right, 44 Magnum versus 45 Super. And what I have today is Underwood ammunition. Now the 44 Magnum happens to be a 240 grain jacket at hollow point. That's pretty typical. Our 45 Super is a 185 grain jacket at hollow point, which, you know, people might say it's not fair. But when I do these comparisons, I don't necessarily look for fairness. I look for just overall comparison. And with this comparison, what I want to do is see if I can get similar velocity between the two of these and just see how they'll perform. So like I said, we have a 185 grain jacket at hollow point 45 Super and a 240 grain jacket at hollow point 44 Magnum. I have my 5.3 inch Glock 41, and we have it converted over by using a KKM barrel, which is a fully supported chamber, and a 22-pound NDZ spring. And our 44 Magnum is our Model 69 Smith & Wesson. And the reason why I use these guns is because overall size and barrel travel in those guns is about the same. So that's why I like to do that. You know, they pretty much fill the same role. So I'm going to go through the chronograph, see what kind of velocity and accuracy I get at the same time, and then I'm going to do my 10% clear ballistics gel test here. And I got some new gel blocks coming. This stuff's getting kind of old, but I figure for 44 Magnum we might get some dieseling in this gel and burn it up, so why not use this old gel. So I have 4 layers of cotton denim type material here. I have 3 inches of clear ballistics to represent hitting a pectoral muscle, followed by a 1/4 inch MDF to represent hitting ribs or sternum, and to more clear ballistics. We'll do a shot with this MDF to see what it's like and how it compares to like a chest shot, because this kind of represents ribs or sternum. We'll pull that out and we'll hit this without the MDF for our gut shot, and I'll do some practical accuracy drills at my full-size steel silhouette just to see what kind of accuracy and, you know, movement on that steel we can get. So let's get started with this test. All right, first up we have our 45 Super. I replaced the magazine release spring, put a new magazine on this, as well as got our KKM barrel and that 22-pound spring. So I don't know how reliable this is going to be, but we'll see if I can get good reliability with this. If not, we can still do our ballistic test just fine. So 45 Super, about 5 yards from the target, 4 yards from the chronograph. See what kind of velocity we get. 1316, nice. 1339. 1308. 1350. 1362. On that last round, I got a little bit of a weird hang up on the magazine there. So, you know, running a 45 Super in such a light pistol might not necessarily be a good idea. But 44 Magnum, 240 grain. I'm going to go single action with this just because when I shoot double action and rounds, I don't know how much recoil. Sometimes I overcompensate that hole and it just kind of jerks the shots around. So, not good when there's a chronograph right in front of me. Fine on the targets though, steel targets. So let's see what we get. 1325, 1333, 1302, 1334, 1330. Like I was thinking, about the same velocity, and that's kind of what I'm looking to see here. This is actually rated at 1500, and the 45 Super was like 1350 or something like that. And I've noticed that with Underwood, the velocities I get are generally a lot less in revolver rounds than what they list, but in semi-autos they're usually spot on. So let's start our ballistics gel block with both of these and see what kind of performance we get and what kind of damage. All right, first up we have a 45 Super through our 1/4 inch MDF. Let's see how this will do. That's interesting. All right, now no MDF, just our gut shot. See how it'll do. A little bit of reliability issue there. The exact same thing where I have one round drops down, it tries to double feed. Let's go take a look. All right, here's our MDF. I don't know how. This is where we impacted here, but it ripped off this entire corner. I've never seen a single round rip off an entire corner of that. So that's pretty impressive. Our MDF shot went to about 11 inches even. No MDF, we went to about 14.5 inches, and we definitely got expansion. So that hits that pretty hard. Let's try a 44 mag, see how that does. All right, 44 mag, about the same velocity, but a lot more bullet weight. You should get more penetration. 1/4 inch MDF, see how it does. I'm gonna do one more through the MDF because it kind of hit a low point where the clear ballistics kind of melts kind of funny. That bullet's on that shelf under that block, but I'm just gonna do one more anyway. A little bit more centered. Now let's do our gut shot. All right, no MDF, just our gut shot. See how this will do. Let's go take a look. All right, so 2 shots there with that MDF. It's kind of interesting there. Both of the tracks stop at the same spot here. This second one through our MDF exited out the block, and the other damage stopped at the same spot, right at about 24 inches. And that bullet kind of went down here kind of funny, like I was saying. Here's some tape off the shelf it ripped into. Looks like there's a little bit of pedal left or something going on there. And here's that bullet through our MDF. And the second one came out the side of the block. And now we have our clear ballistics shot, plain clear ballistics, and we're right there at about 26 inches, 25 3/4, something like that. And both of them have really good looking expansion. You know, it looks pretty good to me. So we're definitely seeing a difference there in the penetration. That's to be expected. You know, a lot more sectional density with that 44 mag. So consistently I've seen the same type of thing. Now if we did a 230 grain 45 super, which I am going to test at some point in the future here, pretty soon, we're going to see a difference there. But I wanted to kind of test, you know, stuff going about 1300 feet per second. But the damage though, I just want to take a look at this. The damage with all the 44 Magnum shots is extensive. It is huge. And let's get a better look at our 45 supers over here. You know, not as much damage. I mean, it's not bad, but it looks not that impressive. That's where our 44 mag is huge. So there's a difference there. So I'm going to shoot from, I'll do 25 yards just as my standard distance, and just see what kind of overall practical accuracy I can get with these. All right, 45 super, 25 yards. I'll fire pretty slow just to kind of see what kind of accuracy I can get. Center mass. Well, the issue with that, with reliability there. And I kind of pulled that one. Let me shoot one more. And yeah, it's kind of hard to get this thing to operate in 45 super. So that is what it is. So I'm going to try 44 Magnum at 25 yards. See how it shoots for me. Some of those shots are hitting kind of high. Now what I want to do is I want to shoot from 10 yards or about maybe 12. Because I always get a lot of, yeah, but you're not making a follow-up shot with that 44 Magnum. So That's how they sound in my head when they they say it on the keyboard there. So let's see if I can. All right, I'm about 12 yards from that steel. Let me run a double tap with this 45 Super. See how it does for me. About what I can do with it. Yeah, just getting that front sight picture with this, I'm kind of pulling them. So, I got one left. All right, not too bad. So, let me see if I can get a double tap with the 44 mag. See how that feels for me. All right, it's doable. I got a couple more rounds here. Case ejection is still kind of sticky with these. In general, anything in this Model 69 kind of sticks funny, but these are kind of nickel plated. I think Underwood uses a different process that's better than nickel plated. So they extract okay. And when you put more ones in, they're real smooth. So follow-up shots, 44 mag, 12 yards. Did miss one. But if you've made a couple shots with 44 mag, does it really matter? That might be the question to ask. But 45 Super versus 44 Magnum. And I've ran a couple of initial tests with Buffalo Bore, I'm seeing kind of the same thing. 45 Super in general is usually, they're loaded in a lot more lighter bullets. So when you look at 45 ACP, you see primarily 230 grain, and you see some 200s, you see some 185, stuff like that. But it seems like most of the 45 Super ammo I have found, it's been in lighter weights, like 185 grain. And I think that's just so they can get that impressive velocity, because it's kind of the selling point of 45 Super. Hey, look, we can get, 44 Magnum velocity with a little bit less bullet weight. So yeah, with the light bullet weight, it gets really fast velocities, but it doesn't really do what this is going to do. Now with the 230 grain, that might change the scenario a little bit, and I do have some 230 grain on the way, and we're going to see, how the 230 grain 45 Super will do. So that's what you get today. So as always, comment, share, and like, and thanks for watching.